Match preview of the 2026 World Cup qualifier between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Bafana Bafana of South Africa on the 7th of June 2024 at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium.
Before we continue, please help grow the channel by subscribing.
On the third day of play in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualification campaign, the Super Eagles will take on South Africa. The Nigerian squad has drawn its opening two games in the qualification series against Lesotho and Zimbabwe respectively, and is still looking for their first win. Although they prevailed in their first meeting with Benin, the Bafana Bafana will be looking to rebound from their most recent qualification match loss to Rwanda. These two fierce rivals from the continent squared off in the Africa Cup of Nations semi-final precisely 4 months ago. Although there was nothing separating the sides, after 120 minutes, Nigeria prevailed in the penalty shootout. The Super Eagles ultimately lost to the host country, Ivory Coast, in the championship match. This was only the second time they had lost in a competitive match since they had lost 1-0 on the road against Guinea-Bissau in March 2023. Nigeria is now aiming for their 6th World Cup qualification spot, led by Finidi George, who took over for Portuguese strategist José Peseiro earlier this year. All 4 of the previous global tournaments have included them, with the exception of the most recent one in Qatar. In this competition, Georgia's team had previously drawn straight 1-1 with Lesotho and Zimbabwe, 1-2-1 against Ghana, and lost 2-0 to Mali in their international friendlies in March of this year. Nigeria has defeated South Africa on 8 separate occasions and has only lost twice to them. They also have a strong track record when it comes to playing at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium, the venue for thrilling encounters. They have just lost there, and it was against South Africa, due to late additions of important players like Ademola Lookman, Alex Iwobi, and 6 other players, as well as the absence of top scorer Victor Osimhen due to an injury. The 3-time African champions have not had the finest preparation for the match. Right back Grant Kekana, who played against Nigeria in the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, will not be playing for South Africa. But that should not be a problem, as goalkeeper Ronwen Williams is certain to play despite doubts about his health. In the meantime, South Africa has become one of the continent's most improved teams in recent years, according to FIFA rankings. They broke into the top 10 teams in the CAF after finishing 3rd in the Africa Cup of Nations. It is the only defeat South Africa has suffered in their last 8 games across all competitions, having drawn their previous 2 games against Algeria and Andorra during the March international break. In their first group match, Bafana Bafana defeated Benin 2-1. However, in their second match, they were defeated 2-0 away by Rwanda. The tournament's biggest surprise, Bafana Bafana's qualification for the 2026 World Cup has been uneventful. The Super Eagles are, without a doubt, the overwhelming favorites going into the game because of their superior form, quality, and head-to-head record over Hugo Broos' team. Under new coach Finidi George, the Super Eagles will play their first competitive match. Nigeria is predicted to win the match regardless of formation because they are the superior squad and are playing at home. Although South Africa plays in a 4-3-1 formation, the game's circumstances may force a formation change. This does not imply that the former African champions will not cause trouble for their host, as they must also win to increase their chances of qualifying. Team updates. Both coaches downplayed concerns about injuries during the pre-game press conference. Nigerian coach Finidi George said that Samuel Chukwueze and Chidozie Awazim have returned to full training following their recoveries from illnesses. The Mamelodi Sundowns players Ronwen Williams, Kuliso Motau, Tabo Homakona, Aubrey Modiba, and Bathusi Abbas are all in excellent shape for Friday's match, according to Hugo Broos. Key players: 1. Ademola Lookman, Nigeria. The 2023 Africa Cup of Nations saw him as the Super Eagles' top forward. He has since proceeded to play well for Atalanta, most notably by scoring a hat-trick against Victor Boniface's Bayer Leverkusen in the UEFA Europa League final. In order to increase Nigeria's chances of earning the most points possible, the former Everton forward will need to perform at his peak clinically. To the South African Percy Tau, one of the team's most seasoned players, the 30-year-old will be crucial to Bruce's plans as he looks to wreak havoc on the Nigerian defense. He has previously participated in 4 games versus the Super Eagles, recording 1 assist and 1 goal. Venue and kickoff time. The game will take place at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, and the first blast of the whistle will be at 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Let me know your prediction for this thrilling and all-important encounter.
Endeavor to subscribe, comment, like, and share. Thanks for watching.